As Great Lakes and SADC regional leaders met in Luanda to discuss the worsening political and security situation in Burundi, the embattled landlocked Central African state leader Pierre Nkurunziza fired his defense minister and 2 other cabinet ministers after a failed coup attempt last week. Nkurunziza's absence at the gathering did not deter regional leaders to call on his government to postpone the scheduled June presidential elections. Political turmoil in Burundi has caused major humanitarian crisis for many of its impoverished citizens. Thousands of people have been displaced by the civil strife, forcing many to flee to neighboring countries. In an exclusive interview with the SABC, President Zuma outlined reasons behind the decision to call for the indefinite postponement of the Burundian polls.
The postponement of elections for perhaps some weeks, but the summit here has felt that the postponement should not be given time frames because people are dying right now. Whether you have your constitution with very clear time frames, you can't just force it. Even if people are fighting, you just say go and vote when people are leaving the country in many ways. So the feeling here was that let us postpone it indefinitely, but engage the Burundians, the government, the president, the opposition, and everybody, to calm down the situation, to try to find a solution to the problem so that Burundi is not plunged into a war once again.
Whilst President Nkurunziza has been reluctant to endorse calls for the poll delay, President Zuma has argued that it's the right thing to do in order to repair his damaged credibility and restore public trust.
Any responsible leader will say we need calm so that when people exercise their right to vote, the situation agrees that the elections will be free and will be fair. Now, if there is tension, they can't be free, they can't be fair. There will be a lot of intimidation, etc. Many of the citizens will be out of the country having run away. So I don't think anyone who would want to become really an elected, legitimate leader would want to say, even if people are fighting, I go. So we are very optimistic as our colleague, and I think we know him. He will engage him. We'll engage the opposition.
The Great Lakes Leaders Summit had also discussed security crisis afflicting the northeastern DRC and South Sudan. Tshepo Ikaneng, SABC News, in Luanda, Angola.